Hello, everybody. Good evening. This is Dr. Rao coming to you on my usual evening hour. For a change, I thought I will just chat. You know, I'll tell some things that are going on, and if somebody comes and joins us, that will be wonderful. Okay. So I was attending some conferences this morning, and it was very busy and enjoyable. I learned some new tricks on LinkedIn. That was nice. And I'll be attending Influencers Conference next January. They sent some material prior to that. So doing a lot of stuff, what they recommended in that. I'll be doing them more tonight, probably after this talk. I just wanted to show up on the regular time in case somebody looks for me. So I want to make it a habit of coming over and chatting on some topic. As a matter of fact, I was doing an essay on how do you enhance a human being's day, right? With our modern setups. I kind of talked about a few things there. One is about how can you have energy through the day, or how can you have energy renewing, ever renewing energy I talk about. Actually, that is actually a fact, and we could practice that. Only thing is we have to manage our energy resources and also don't deplete energy. So that's the main thing. These days, we eat and we drink water and we breathe air and then we produce energy, right? That is there. But yogis always had carried a small jar-like thing, so they called it, and then they drank from it. But that was water, fresh water, right? Then they breathed deeply for a long time in the day. That was their secret of real energy. So I kind of adopted that. So I kind of ask people to start the day with deep breathing and end the day with the deep breathing. And there are so many different types of breathing exercises. Not just physical exercises only, but when you align your exercises with the breath, that's much better, right? Then after breathing exercises, you also schedule like every hour you take a break, a little bit of break, 1 or 2 minutes, usually 1 minute an hour, and take deep breaths. That's something of my recommendation in my burnout coaching for the physicians, that I tell them. Get off that bandwagon of network of thought and continuously thinking and just be deep breathing, right? That's one thing you could do. And deliberately attempt to smile, right? It does take that many muscles to really smile. But if you could do the smiling, that's much better. So number 2 that is. And then do them stretching in the chair or standing up and all that. Those exercises are very, very easy to do, and they also help you to revive the energy, right? And then what kind of attitude you bring to the work is very important too. So if you say, I'm going to pay complete attention to whatever I do, and also with a service attitude where I'm going to give my service to the institution, the patient, or the family. Whatever you do is service mindedness. That is very, very important, not to lose some conflicts within ourselves, or some kind of disappointment that we don't get the result. All those things will be gone when you have that service minded, and then attention to whatever you are doing. And then you can also uh, see whether you are in flow with whatever work you do. That means it doesn't seem like work, right? The people who are shooting basketball, for example, after a while they go into the zone. And there is a way to be in the zone when you are working, right? And we will do probably another talk on that, how to be in the flow state, what are the things that kind of hamper us for not being flow, and how can we be just doing with some joy and not really running our mind. Like, for example, I'm here, I'm just talking about enhancing a human being during the day by simple things like the deep breathing, the smiling, the attitude, the service mindedness, and also this being considering the getting into the flow state. Flow state happens when you know all the steps of a particular task, and you have done that so many times, so you have practiced it. That way it becomes automatic. You don't have to engage your intellect, or daily be uh, killing yourself with concentration, none of it. You just ease into that, and then you complete it in a zone, right? So being in the zone. Okay? And after you have done all that, you could be the witness of what is going on in your mind, what's going on with your work, and what's going on with your relationships and all that. And also uh, interact with somebody, not expecting anything, but just this is good stuff. Like I'm happy to interact with the social media. You just relate to them as human beings. That kind of thing really helps people get their energy up. And that's also enhancing the human being for the day, right? And then you try to give whatever that you want to do. Like I'm giving some tips here. If somebody picks it up and then the day gets better, that is good enough, right? Doesn't have to do anything in return. Okay? That's something that I always really hope for. Okay, uh, so there is another thing called synergetic care. That's when your body needs are addressed, emotional, you are kind of you know you are not expecting anything from anybody, and also if you are really um, intellectually satisfied, and spiritually you are at a point where you really are happy and joyful within, those kind of things are combined together. We call it a synergetic care, right? All the faculties of ours are together, right? That kind of thing is very, very good. Okay, so whenever I kind of think about these things, because people come to me in kind of pain, like they're physical suffering, headache, backache, or a cough, or chest pain, shortness of breath. Any of those, are all the way to heart attack, stroke, or diabetes, coma, all that, right? And obviously, we do the necessary thing to save the patient, to get him out of the acute condition, and then to help him to get over the ill health that he is suffering. And then we will do some things to improve down the line. Okay, mentally. Okay, if somebody is anxious or depressed or psychologically ill in any way, we attend to that. Or we attend to some people, they could not adjust to the changes that happen. It could be a disease, it could be death, it could be anything else. help there too. Suppose they have deep spiritual questions where they're seeking for the truth and they have to explore it. That's the one area I kind of took interest, and I will help them to be fellow seekers of what they are seeking for, just to question and trod on the path on their own, by just knowing the truth, right? That's a big deal, right? But there are some people who do not have this alignment with the body, mind, emotions, and also spiritual and all that, right? So we talk about IQ, intelligent quotient, that everybody knows. EQ, emotional quotient, and EQ, EQ, emotional quotient, and SQ, spiritual quotient. We all know about the intelligent quotient, how sharp, how analytic, how down to earth he's thinking about. But the emotional is like has got to do with your heart, how you are empathizing with people, how compassion flows out of you, not out of thinking, but out of the feeling that you are also a human being, they are also a human being, that kind of thing, and how interconnected you are, how much you feel together with that person. That is the emotional quotient, right? Um, that's where the ancient wisdom taught me that we are all one, and thereby we know that we're all connected at the core. um, then you are not different from me. That kind of makes me really be available to you, because you are not separate from me, and that's I cannot be cruel to myself, right? So that's how the best order of ethics, best order of morality, best order of compassion, empathy to other people comes out. Okay, having that kind of attitude really helps you, right? And that's in a way spiritual IQ, because the more you feel one with everything, the more spiritual quotient you have. Not by what you do ritualistic, not by what you believe, but have you touched that inner core of serenity, peace, and bliss? They called it Satchit Anand. That means you are comfortable with what is, and you are aware, and also you are joyful with it, right? Those kind of things. So those are the points that you can munch upon. You can think about what does it mean to enhance human being in his body, in his mind, in his spirit, in his energy, in his emotions, in his. You can enhance any particular day with the simple things I suggested, right? Smile, breathe, and be giving, providing service, paying attention to everything, and all those things will enhance your day in that way. And then you can be in ever renewing energy, and you will be in flow of whatever you do, right? That's one thing. And then what is energetic care, where we have all the faculties all synergized, right? Not synthetic, synergized. Okay, they are put together, and that's very, very, very important. And for that, I talked about the three quotients: intellectual quotient, emotional quotient, and the spiritual quotient. Okay, these kind of things will be very, very good. Okay, I wanted to chat with some friends if anybody shows up, but this is for those people who kind of look over my talks and listen to them, and I don't want them to be disappointed. That's why I came up and gave this talk. Fortunately, it will be recorded, and people will access to that later on as it appears. So, um, thank you for those who have seen the replay of this, and I'll be coming to you again tomorrow. Okay, bye bye.